Live from Gahanna, WGLH-TV presents Lincoln Live with Azaria Jackson and Corinne Mancuso. Lincoln Live starts now.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Lincoln Live. I'm Corinne Mancuso.
And I'm Azaria Jackson.
Are you excited to be anchoring today?
I'm super excited, but I'm a little sick, so hopefully I don't start coughing.
Well, let's get started before you can't stop coughing.
We start out today with something that has never happened at Lincoln High School.
That's right. The Gahanna boys cross-country team owns the regional championship.
The guys earned their first regional title in school history by scoring 100 points at Saturday's meet.
Riley Jackson finished 10th to lead Gahanna.
He was followed by Ben Toller, who finished 14th.
What a great accomplishment as the guys get ready to run at the state meet next weekend.
Lincoln Live spoke with Riley Jackson. Here's Riley.
So yeah, it feels great to win regionals as a team for the first time. We knew we were a good team going into the regional meet, so we know we had a shot at the regional title. And now going into states, we have the same goals. We're going to try to get top 3 at the state meet, see if we can get on the podium.
Thanks, Riley. Unfortunately, the news is not as good for our girls' soccer team. The ladies traveled to Dublin-Jerome on Saturday to take on Marysville in the district championship. Sadly, Gahanna fell 1-0. The game was scoreless at halftime, and the Lions fought hard but couldn't pull out the win. Gahanna finishes the season with a 9-5-6 record. Great job this season, ladies.
The Lions football team is on a roll. They now have a 3-game winning streak following their 41-7 win over Grove City on Friday night. Will Thomas had a great throwing touchdowns, 4 touchdowns running after another touchdown. Travis Whitaker ran for 102 yards and went 1,000 yards for the season. Cam Morris had 101 yards receiving and also scored a touchdown. They'll look for their 4th straight win Friday at Pickerington North. After the game, we caught up with Cam Morris and Mondre Curry.
To get 3 dubs in a row, I think it feels good. We was coming off a rough season, and we had a tragic accident. To come out with these 3 wins, it feels good. Happy to represent Lion Nation.
And it feels good being an underclassman to get the seniors their final dub on this home field. It was real good.
Thanks, Cam and Mondre. Ever since school started, people have been asking what we were doing since there weren't any shows and why it's taken us so long to get started.
To go live, it took a lot of work for all of us so we can bring you quality content.
Ben Brody filmed our progress all throughout so we could explain the changes and preparation it took.
Here's Ben.
You've likely noticed some big changes this year to the way daily announcements are delivered. WGLH-TV now produces Lincoln Live, and to do so, WGLH-TV now produces Lincoln Live, and to do so, changes in technology had to take place.
There are a lot of differences, especially the new teacher, and we're also getting new equipment, which is going to be really crazy because we've never worked with it, and I know it's going to be hard for us to learn, but I think that once we get the hang of it, we'll be okay.
It's way more technologically advanced, to say the least. So we're getting new teleprompters, we're getting new cameras, and I think it's going to be pretty cool. We're getting a new set. We're changing the name. It's going to be a totally different new setup.
But the biggest change is the new teacher, Mr. Mark Lowry, who comes to Lincoln from Steele High School in Amherst, where his students earned 55 Regional Student Emmy Awards and 3 National Student Emmys. Coming to Lincoln was a big change for both him and for all of the TV students.
No one knew what Lincoln Live was before we started. And so to convince people that this is going to be worth their time and something that we need their help with, they need to turn in announcements. They have to be willing to let us interview them because we need content for our shows. At my other school, it was established and everyone knew what we were doing and what the expectation was. Here, it's going to take a little while for people to get in the habits.
With all of these changes, it has taken a lot of preparation and practice to be ready to go live, including practices on weekends to make us even more prepared.
We've been news writing, learning how to write stand-ups and when to put a stand-up in your story or package. We're kind of learning how to change things and get better at story writing and making packages.
A lot of the equipment that we needed didn't even come in until a month into school. And so if you think about it, we haven't had any time really to learn. So the kids have come in on multiple Sundays. We've stayed after school when we need to. We've put in all the work, and the kids have been willing to do it. And that's what I'm most impressed with. You know, the kids didn't exactly sign up for what they're doing this year when they decided to take the class. I just hope that in the end, they're all going to realize that this is something worth doing.
Remember, Lincoln, it's your high school experience, and it's our goal to make it the most memorable it can be. This is Ben Brody for Lincoln Live.
Thanks, Ben.
The Multiple Disabilities class hosts a big Halloween party every year.
This year's Halloween party was a huge success, with over 200 special education students from around the Columbus area attending.
These videos are of the kids and some helpers from the teaching professions class setting up the event. Great job, guys.
And now we have Ben here in person to thank for his package.
How are you doing, Ben?
I'm doing great. I'm not sick, thankfully.
Not yet, at least.
Well, then let's get into it before you get me sick. Guys, don't forget that if you didn't try out for Diaspora yet, you still have one more chance to try out. Tomorrow after school from 3 to 4 on H160 is the final day for Diaspora tryouts. Again, if you are planning to audition for Diaspora, your last chance is tomorrow from 3 to 4 on H160. If you are still interested in auditioning and don't have a time slot, please see Mrs. Amerson, Germany, Manley, or Dr. Thomas so you can get a time. Halloween is quickly approaching, and we all know what that means. Interact Club is having their annual trick-or-treat for canned goods. Please bring in donations of canned goods so they can be given to Grin and will help Gahanna families during the holiday season. Please bring your canned food donations to H195 and bring them in by Thursday. Thank you for your support. If you're in the Student Athlete Leadership Team, don't forget that you have a meeting on Thursday after school at 3:15 in the library. Again, there's a meeting on Thursday after school at 3:15 if you're in the Student Athlete Leadership Team. Well, that's it for me. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Ben.
You did an amazing job.
Thank you.
If you want to help make the community a better place, listen up.
Here's Haley Mahern to tell you how you can help with Key Club.
Don't forget to stop by the main office or the lobby in Clark Hall and drop off coloring books and crayons into the donation boxes located there. All of them will be donated to Nationwide Children's Hospital, and it's a great time to give back just before the holiday season.
That's all for us today.
Tune in to Wednesday's show for some more important announcements and updates.
Here's some footage of the band's pop concert while we say goodbye.
Bye, guys.
See you Wednesday.